So what is up, guys? Suda the Savage back, and I am here with my recap of New Orleans Saints versus the Green Bay Packers. Already got my freaking Respect Toronto merch, and I'm filming this the day that the Blue Jays have been eliminated by the Rays. So, yeah, I know. I wish I could have filmed this sooner, but just a lot of schoolwork to do, and I don't know. It was just more focused on these guys, but yeah, no. So yes, Saints lose to the Packers on Sunday Night Football, 37-30. Got the whole thing coming up. Got my recap, you know, who did well, like individual player stats, and the outro. So it's pretty much the formula. So without further ado, let's get this video started. All right, so to start off with the recap, starting off with the very first drive. So of course, Saints, we get first ball. And we immediately go 3 and out, you know, on a, 3rd and 4, you know, we try, a little short pass, and, you know, Deontay Harris was just a yard short, so we immediately punt, 3 and out, and Packers get the ball, and, you know, they drive down the field, and we force a field goal, so you know what, I'm like, okay, just whatever, it's a field goal, not the end of the world. So then, of course, we got 3 straight plays, 3 straight rushes on the next drive, but we were in red zone. And a quick 11-yard pass from Drew Brees to Alvin Kamara. We got our first touchdown of the game now. We were carried by Alvin Kamara this whole game. So, of course, yes, Packers get the next ball, you know, go on another long drive. But, of course, once again, our defense forces another field goal. So, you know, our defense is looking good. And then on the very next drive, we go 3 and out. You know, it was just a common trend, just 3 and outs. And then, of course, next drive, Aaron Rodgers goes deep for Allen Lazard. And it's a common thing where our secondary was just constantly burned by Aaron Rodgers to Allen Lazard. They had 2 big ones. That was the first one. And then, of course, a couple plays later, they score a touchdown. So 13-7. Then, of course, we drive down the field, you know, maybe make some noise. But, of course, on another 3rd down, we fail to convert, and we kick the field goal. So we're down 13-10. But on the very next drive, we do force them. It was just only 4 plays, and they had to punt. And eventually, we got the ball and scored a touchdown with about 6 seconds left in the first half. So Drew Brees, a quick little 10-yard pass to Alvin Kamara. Was just so happy because, you know, we got the lead. Packers would get the next ball. And then on one of the very first plays of the half, it was 3rd and 10, and Aaron Rodgers goes for his second one for Allen Lazard, and this one was for a 72 yards. They were on the 3, and then they just got a 72-yard gain. It was like a 43 yards in the air and 29 yards after catch. So eventually, you know, they go down so eventually after that, we forced them to a 4th and goal on the 1, but they decided to go for it, and Aaron Jones gets the go-ahead touchdown. But, of course, on the very next drive, you know, we drive down the field. Unfortunately, we could not get the touchdown, but, of course, we kicked the field goal, so, you know, good job. And then on the very next drive, they scored a touchdown, and that was also another big one. Another big part of that was another pass interference that we took. This one wasn't too bad, but come on, we took it anyways. So then, of course, you know, we get the ball, and Alvin Kamara does an absolute beast mode thing where Drew Brees just does a short little pass out to him, and nobody could tackle him, nobody could get him, and he runs all the way in for the touchdown, broke at least 5 tackles. And so, on the very next drive, the Packers get it, and on a 4th and 1, we force them. We didn't make them punt, but they turn it over on down. So already, this is our chance to go take the lead and secure it. But of course, a couple plays later, Taysom Hill takes the ball and fumbles it. Packers get the ball, and we force a field goal. And then on our very next drive, another 3 and out. And on so many of our 3 and outs, or at least when we had 3rd down, the ones that we didn't convert, it was like Drew Brees just doing a short pass. Sean Payton, call some longer plays. I know Brees' arm wasn't what it once was. And yes, that was so hard to say. But just add a little bit more depth. You know, instead of just relying on the short game. So, of course, Packers get the next ball. And, oh my God, after this, I was about to kill Janoris Jenkins because he took 2 PIs. 2 PIs. One of them was on a free play, which Aaron Rodgers is the master of. and another one was on a 2nd and goal. So of course they get the first. So of course it was a they got an automatic first down. They score the touchdown eventually, and then we get the ball, and we decide just to kick the field goal with 35 seconds left, just so we could try the onside kick, and it failed. And yes, Packers would knee the ball out and would win 37-30. On to individual stats. All right, so now I'm going to be starting out with individual Saints stats. Starting out with Drew Brees. God damn it, this guy, he's done. Like, this is just already like the beginning of the end. 29 for 36, 288 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Did get sacked twice, but he's literally just all the short game, and it's not what he once was. Now, of course, I said this before, but Sean Payton, stop. Like, maybe add some depth, but usually a lot of his passes were when his line would fail him, and the last chance he had was just a check down to Kamara. So on to Alvin Kamara. Freaking GOAT. 6 carries for 58 yards. Like Latavius Murray, he had 12 carries for 58 yards. But Kamara did follow up with 13 receptions, 139 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He carried us, like literally carried. Reason why Drew Brees had as many passing yards as he did, but all that was just on like checkdowns, and of course Alvin Kamara would just do all the yards after catch. Taysom Hill, definitely we gave him like a couple of plays. He had 2 carries for 6 yards, one led to a fumble, and he only had 1 reception for 1 yard. And in terms of other receivers, Emmanuel Sanders, finally showed up. 4 receptions, 56 yards, and a touchdown. So, decent job by him, but we need to involve him a little bit more. Like, this is the issue with us, because, like, Michael Thomas was just so goddamn good last year. Like, Michael Thomas, like, whenever guys would cover him so much, there was just, like, so many other guys that Brees could pass to. The issue with no Michael Thomas is that, we don't really have that number 1 receiver. Everyone's kind of, like, equally covered, and Brees can't hit these guys as easily. Like, these guys are not fit to be number 1 targets. Draquan Smith, 4 receptions, 42 yards. What are you going to do? That's about it. Jared Cook had 2 receptions for 21 yards. Why? I don't know why we aren't using Jared Cook as much. Like, week 1, he was limited, but he was making some big catches. And, like, Jared Cook, we need to get involved more. Adam Trotman, 2 receptions, 17 yards. And that's pretty much it. In terms of the return game, Deontay Harris had 3 returns, 78 yards, so he's going to be very good with the kickoff returns. In terms of defense, fuck this defense. Like, fuck this secondary. We are a walking penalty flag. Sure, this time we only took 8 penalties, but we were still penalized 83 yards. You can't be doing that. Now, it wasn't just the defense. Sure, we took a couple of holds, but a lot of the defense just kind of fell apart. And like I said, I am ready just to kill Janoris Jenkins. Just another 2 big PIs. Like, those PIs were, like, the ending point to that game. And, like, screw everyone in that secondary, because, like, when we're not constantly getting burned, we're taking shitty penalties. So, honestly, it's a lose-lose scenario. Now, moving on to the Green Bay Packers. Starting off with the man himself, Aaron Rodgers. Good game he played. Threw for 283 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. But, of course, 2 of his bigger completions were out to Allen Lazard. Just completely torched that Saints secondary. So, good on him. Aaron Rodgers is proving that he's still got life left in him, even though they drafted J-Lo. And they did not draft another guy. They did not draft a wide receiver in the first round, or even Patrick Queen. So, good job to him. Aaron Jones, only 69 rushing yards, has 69, and 1 touchdown. Now, I know Aaron Jones definitely had a down week, at least compared to what he had against Detroit. But don't forget, his pass rush, his Saints pass rush is very, very good. The secondary is not that good. So, yeah. Anyways, no one else really did much on rushing. Allen Lazard, 6 receptions, 146 yards, and a touchdown. Longest was a 72-yard catch. Tonyan, 50 yards and a touchdown. Jonah Sternberger, 36 yards and a touchdown. So, honestly, their defense did a good job at holding the Saints down or causing all the 3-and-outs that happened. So yeah, no, they did play a very good game. In terms of their defense, like I said, It was good overall. So, yes. So, starting off with the Saints, got to give a grade for the offense. I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10 because Kamara was the highlight. But other than that, outside of Kamara, there just wasn't much that Saints offense. And the defense, I'm giving a 4 out of 10. Giving the Saints D a 4 out of 10. Special teams, I'll give them a solid 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 for the special teams because Will Lutz did a good job kicking it through the uprights. So honestly, I'm going to give the Saints a 6 out of 10. You know, we played well. I'm proud of how we played, at least on offense, not on defense. Defense is why I give us, I'll give it 7 out of 10. But the Packers, their offense, I'm going to give a 9 out of 10. And their defense, of course, that one big fumble that they forced, I'm going to give them a 7 out of 10. Special teams, well, Mason Crosby was able to make all his kicks, including a 52-yarder, so they get 10 out of 10. Packers, I'm going to give them I'll give them an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, sure, they had a couple of mistakes here and there, but it was better than what the Saints did, so yeah. I'm going to give them an 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to give the Saints a 7. Guys, we are going against Detroit next week, so please, let's just use next week as just a launching pad for our next big win streak. I'm expecting 13 straight wins. Just kidding, even though the Saints, like I said, slow start, but we do go on insane winning streaks. So that's something I could see the Saints doing, so yes. Like I said, against the Lions, then we got the Chargers on primetime, and then we get a bye week. So yeah, that's basically what the Saints have coming up. On to the That is going to wrap up my video for today. Thank you guys all so much for watching. If you want to see my first 3 weeks of prediction videos and my recap on the Saints versus Buccaneers and recap on Saints versus Raiders, all the links to that will be in the description below. Make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what you thought of this game or what you thought match of the week was, because in my opinion, match of the week was Seahawks and Cowboys. It was such a good match. That should have been the Sunday night game. This would be a good, the Saints did well. I think they were, to me, the number 2 game of the week. So, good to that. And anyways, like I said, drop a like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below what else you want to see. Make sure to follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok at @StudentSavage. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Let's pull out a victory next week. Who Dat Nation is